Alex, before you go anywhere, Alex, I need another check on that keyboard.
17-year-old Charissa Mrowka and her young band, Country Cross. They're a very talented, young, hot, new on the rise group that we really hope you're going to enjoy tonight. Carissa's just going to be a senior in high school next year. She's going to be opening this summer for Schuyler County boys. She's going to be opening for the Florida-Georgia line.
Alex, let me hear the upper organ, please. Organ. Upper keys. I need your upper keys. Yeah.
And let's have a tremendous night and enjoy Charissa Mrowka and Country Cross.
Sometimes when people ask you about yourself, you don't really know who you are. It just happens. My name is Charissa Mrowka, and a little bit about myself. Wow.
Well, I'm Alex Nelson.
I'm Cole Carson.
I'm Kevin Schroeder.
I'm Taylor Rivas, and I play bass for Charissa Mrowka and Country Cross.
I sing in the band, and I write songs for the band.
I am the keyboard player.
I play drums in the band. I'm the drummer.
Rhythm and lead guitarist for Charissa and Country Cross. Have been since 2006.
Shine on the one that's up and let me through. I said, come on, Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gone and left me blue.
I started when I was really young. Started singing on stage when I was 7.
And this goes back a long ways. I was a little kid, and I knew I was determined to play an instrument.
Well, when I started playing music when I was 5.
I started taking piano lessons in 2nd grade.
I started playing drum when I was about 6 years old, and I just kind of got my first snare drum. Just my parents told me if I played that, they would give me a drum set.
Actually, my first thing I wanted to do was play drums. And my parents were not for that at all. You know, that's not an instrument.
I was at my aunt's house actually, and I've never played an instrument before, and she had this piano because her daughter played piano. That
started where I was at church and kind of waiting for my mom. She was talking to some people, and we were in the choir room. And I was sitting on the piano and started sounding out Amazing Grace on the piano because it was just played in church. My mom came in the room and heard me doing that, so then she signed me up for piano lessons right away.
I guess I just always loved music, and when I was little I just kind of danced to the radio. So they're like, hey, she sings a lot, let's have her sing. And then I did.
I have had drum teachers. I've had at least 8 different drum teachers throughout my career.
There was 3 teachers involved, And the first one was, she was an old Dutch woman, and she was multi-talented on many instruments. She was a great teacher, so.
And I just started learning like the little quick songs that they had on there. Like I just started learning them when I was 5. So then my parents bought me a piano for Christmas like 2 years after that because I kept wanting to play it and everything, and they noticed that that was kind of cool.
And when I was little, I was really shy, but then like on stage, I wasn't shy, so it just kind of clicked.
And so I stuck with it ever since, all through high school. Obviously still doing it in college now.
I did this thing called the Christmas Wish, and I've just tried to expand my drum playing, and eventually it ended up being in a country tour, which has been the best one yet, so that's for sure.
Well, there's this guy out there, Eddie Van Halen. He was my biggest influence. You know, everyone has an influence starting out, especially at a young age. And I had to learn everything about him.
I think my first like performance was at McHenry County Fair, a talent contest. And I was 7, and I had some really great boots and hat and correlating outfit with some friends, and sang really good old songs. I have a little choreography.
Oh, really?
Pretty good stuff.
Rich, poor, don't matter, we're all the same. Everybody's hungry in a different way. We're fawning, climbing, and kicking and screaming in time, but really, what the world needs now is love. Love and only love. Little help from up above. They make a brother day. Let's come together, lay your differences down. Spread all around. That's what the world needs now.
Yeah.
This is a plan among plans. Sorry, I don't do weird things, taping doors to tables.
Common sense.
This is common sense. Taping a door to a table. How much more practical do you get?
How did you meet everyone? How did you all end up in the same band?
Well, we just really put up stuff on like I think Sonic Bids or something, and then like YouTube band mix. We like put up posters, and then actually I think Rick found Taylor
Playing a show at my church, which was like a benefit like picnic thing, and he was running sound for that, and he came up to me because he thought I was a good bass player and said I should try out for like an up and coming country artist, and I was like, oh, well, I mean, I might as well.
This one's called Set Us Free.
took a picture of him, so that's on his old phone somewhere, and then contacted him like a year later when we actually put the band together. I think Cole we found online.
So there's a website called Bandmix, and we go on there and we were actually looking for a keyboard player in the band that I was in already. And my dad was on there one day and he saw a link to Charissa's website and saw that she was like number 8 or something on country list on Bandmix. So he saw that they were holding auditions for a younger male drummer, and it was past the audition date, but he sent him an email anyway, and they're like, yeah, sure, come up and we'll have you try out. There was about a 5-hour drive. Got up there, sitting at McDonald's. I got there like an hour and a half early because I was so nervous. And I get a call from the manager. He's like, hey, we had some confusion. Can you come back next week? And I was like, well, kind of drove 5 hours. I don't know if that's going to work too well. He's like, oh, shoot, are you here right now? I was like, yeah, I'm sitting at McDonald's about a mile away. And he's like, oh, come over. We'll just meet you in the driveway. And they liked what they saw, so they had me come up next weekend, and they told me I was in.
Kevin's been with us since the beginning of the old band.
Well, this goes back to 2006. I got a phone call from a friend, and he saw a musical ad at Music Center, and he's like, "Well, how about joining this country band?" And I'm like, "Country? Come on now." And he's like, "Well, the singer's 10." I'm like, 10? Am I joking with me? So, long story short, learned a few songs, still know them too. And we got this band together, you know, it was just in a little basement at that time. And then when we started playing, we heard this big voice coming out of this little girl. It was like, wow. You know, there's been a lot of changes in the band, and just we've come a long ways.
Alex, he found through Carthage College.
I guess they were looking for a keyboardist, so they contacted the head of the piano department at Carthage College, asking if they knew of any piano players that would be willing to be in this band. So I quickly responded and got in contact with the manager right away, and he had me audition a couple of days later. It just totally happened to be in the right place at the right time. You never know. And so apparently they liked me enough to keep me around for the summer, so.
Everything about me is sexuality.
And I think we found Trevor through a church or something. And, well, Renee's my sister, so I found her when I was born.
Definitely, best show I've ever played at was definitely Schuyler County when we opened up for Florida Georgia Line.
That was an awesome show. That was probably the highlight.
It says no parking. Park right here. Alright guys, we're rocking. Hi there. We're Charissa, Mrowka and the Country Cross. That's her right there. We don't really know where to go though. Like, how do we get to the backstage part?
If you go that direction, it'll put you onto this field, and then the stage is going to be over there.
Alright, thank you very much. Should have heard yesterday.
Opening for Florida Georgia Line was pretty unforgettable and surreal.
Well, I'm pretty sure they said something about that Florida Georgia Line gig. I don't want to say anything about that because, I mean, it was awesome, but they took that. So, oh man.
Back on the floor.
Where's your girl? No, come here. On the tree. Here. Up.
Stage? Yeah. Well, you know, Rushville, Illinois, Florida Georgia Line,
and this is our huge stage we're about to be playing on. They're saying around 10,000 people, so hopefully that'll be the number that we hit too.
If you guys do it right, make that love you.
Just when you walk up on the stage, just the roar. Oh my gosh, it was just, everybody was there to see some live music. They had been waiting there since like 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and finally there was somebody stepping up to play some music. Didn't care who it was. They could sound like crap probably. But we got up there and I feel like we really tore it up, and we had an awesome time. We were jumping around and everybody was having a blast. And that was probably one of the best drum solos I've done. It was definitely the fastest.